Cypress Pointe residents. This is Lisa Gottesman with eXp Realty. You might know me from the postcards that I send in the mail regarding our seller success stories with our staging that we offer for free. You may also get the every other month newsletter that I send. So this time I wanted to do a personalized video. I get a lot of great feedback from this. So this video is going to be of two parts. First, I'm going to go over the market with you, and then the second part is to go over the pricing strategy that you need to be using if you are going to be selling your home in this market. I have been watching the market as I list property, and I'm constantly amazed at how many listings are being priced or put on the market underpriced. And the reason for that is because, before we had this huge seller's market, we used to go off of the last three comps in the community. And just like new construction with the lack of building materials and, the resale market for cars, those items are being sold at a premium because of the lack of supplies that they have. And our market should be doing that as well. So stay tuned. Just wait till the end of this video to watch so that you can understand what that pricing, how you do that, how you can get that pricing so that you can get top dollar for your property. Okay, so talking about scarcity in the market right now. So if we were to look in Gateway, just for instance, there's only 10 total single family home listings on the market today. About 2.5 to 3 years ago, anytime you would search, there would be upwards of 200 listings on the market at any one given time. So you can see that we really have very, very few properties available, okay? So what I'd like to do is kind of just go through the market, and not just necessarily in Gateway, but in Gateway specifically. If you were to want a pool home in Gateway, if you want to live here, it's going to cost you $599,000 for a 2,100 square foot home in Daniels Preserve, okay? If you're not so, into the swimming pool, then that price is going to go down to $529,000 and 2,926 square feet in Stony Brook right now, okay? My opinion is that this home is priced a little bit too low. This is a non-pool home, but very large and very hard to find in this market today, okay? So in particular in Cypress or Eagle, they're listed in here in different ways depending on the realtor. So we can see that there's a pending contract. A house that was listed for 2,059 square feet is pending at $400,000. Then there's a home that's pending at $500,000 with just 500 square feet more. Then we can look back in February, some smaller homes at 315, 1,577 square feet, a home at 375, and two homes in the $400,000 range. Okay, you can see here that this home sold at 381. It went up $25,000 because it was priced under the market. So very important to know how to price out your home. Stay tuned here just for a minute. But what I'd like to do is go into the overall market in Fort Myers just to give you an idea, because sometimes people just want to live in Southwest Florida. They don't need to live in Gateway. But one of the things that they do usually want is they want to live in an HOA so that they're not like in the Lehigh market or the Cape Coral market. So let's just say we're looking for either a 3 or a 4 bedroom, and we don't need to have the pool, and we want to be in the Fort Myers market. That should give us 35 listings. And so the price point there is about $405 if you want to live out in East Fort Myers, and $439 if you want to live over off of Colonial and Veronica Schumacher. And if you want to live down this way off of the Daniels corridor, they're starting at about $444,000 for an 1,800 square foot house. Okay, if we want to switch this off to a swimming pool, we have 47 homes on the market, and these range from $599 up. These other two are, this is a very, very high HOA fee, so the price of the home is cheaper, and this one here is in the promenade, so that one probably will go rather quickly. It's priced well for being a pool home. And then you can see these are the pricing here. So, you know, obviously the square footage, whether you have a new roof or not, if you've done any updates, and what you can see out your back door window, if you're looking on the neighbors, if you have a road, all of these things are things that are specifically, you know, that they affect your value. But the most important thing is that we price it based on what is in the market. So if you have, you know, a 5-bedroom house with a swimming pool, the best thing to do is to go into the market right now and take a look and see, you know, what is there on the market today in Fort Myers. You know, let's say it's between 2,500 and 3,000 square feet. This is just an example. So there's 7 homes on the market right now. We know they range from $529 up to $1.9. If we say we want to look at, you know, yes to the pool, and you have that huge family, needs those 5 bedrooms, we know we're paying at least $625 for that house. So, you know, not all things are created equal. So, you know, your home may not be as nice as this Casa del Lago home, but you could price it underneath this price. So we really, really want to stay away from the comps and going backwards in time. We want to preserve our values. And check out this video that I created to show you how we are maximizing top dollar for our clients. So what I'd like to do now is talk to you a little bit about the pricing strategy and what it is that we do differently to set ourselves apart from the competition, and how it is that we are getting top dollar for our clients. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I'm seeing is that people are pricing things based off of the last sales in a community versus what the lack of inventory has in the market. So what I'm going to show you is just a couple of examples about some things so that you can understand what to look for when you're pricing your home. So specifically, we're going to start in Daniels Preserve. This is actually the community that I live in. And every real estate transaction has a story. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this here. This home here is called a Grand Hampton. It's a big 3,500 square foot house with a 3-car garage and a swimming pool. This home was sold in June for $450. Okay, now the story about this home is that 6 months prior to that, this buyer spent $397 on this house. Okay, maybe she didn't like it here, I don't know, but 6-7 months later, she sold it for $450 after her realtor put it on the market for $459. All right, so what was problematic for me was that I was just about to list these 2 houses that were exactly the same. And he wanted to list his at $459, and the day I saw it go on the market, I called him and I said, listen, you're leaving money on the table for your customer. He said, oh no, she paid only $397 for it. And I said, that doesn't matter. What matters is that there's no inventory, and you know, you can get much more money for the house. And he ended up selling the house for $450, and I ended up selling my 2 listings for $680 and $725, and that was just in the span of 5 to 7 months later. Okay, so really important. This is happening every single day. I can show you tons and tons of different examples of this, okay? Now, granted, I am staging all of my listings for free. I do it because I get more listings. I do it because the appraisals are easy. I get motivated buyers that write backup contracts so that nobody can ask for anything during home inspections. We don't have to worry about appraisals because people are signing away their contingencies, making these transactions just so much easier, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple of different scenarios of things that we've done in the market recently, because sooner or later you're going to need a really good real estate agent to sell your property. And most people are going to tell you that staging does not matter in this market. And I'm here to tell you that it 100% does. So we're going to go ahead and start just with this example. This is in a community called Marina Bay. So we can start, let's see, this one here. So this listing here, I listed for $599. That was already a top of market sale for this community at the time. We ended up closing after 3 days on the market at $626,000, okay? What's interesting about this particular property is just a few months earlier, the same floor plan sold for $467,000, okay? And this house, didn't look amazing. It had some very unique furnishings. It wasn't everybody's taste. So the house took 6 months to sell, and it sold for way less money than the $625,000 that I got my client after 151 days on the market. Same house, same view, same street, all of that, okay? The next one was on Stone Creek. So this particular listing of mine, I listed for $649,000. I got $680,000 for it. I had offers up to $710,000, but the seller wanted to take this offer because it was cash, and also because the buyer let them stay in the house for 2 years to finish raising their kids. So that was a big motivator for them. This other one here, I listed for $800,000 and I sold it for $805,000. So if you take a look at some of these different listings, you can see, look at $444,900 sold for $439,000. This one, $475,000, sold for $467,000. You can see each and every single listing sold for less than the list price, except for the properties that were mine that I staged. Okay, so staging does matter. Now, if you want to see, if you like HGTV, you might want to watch this little video. You could type in yourstagingagent.com and it will take you to my YouTube channel where you can watch this. Today we're going to an after video. This was of a client of mine. He was in Canada. He couldn't come here because of COVID. And he asked me to go over to the house to see what it was worth. Maybe he was going to, sell it finally. And when I went over there, a big part of the roof had been was falling down, and the sink was falling down, and the house was just in pretty bad shape. So had we sold it at that time, it would have been probably about $450,000. And I recommended to him that he invest about $60,000 in getting a new roof, painting, new flooring, and we ended up selling the house for $680,000. So it was quite a win-win-win for him. And so this is kind of a fun video, so you can watch it from the beginning to the end about, what we do. We didn't charge him any extra money. The staging's free. It completely helps your sale. You can also go to my Zillow page. So if you're interviewing other realtors, you can go to Zillow.com and type in Zillow and their name, and it will bring up a page that shows you like a resume. And so in here, it tells you that I've closed 57 personal sales this year on my own. I have a 5-star rating amongst my clients. It has my bio, my introduction here, and some of my active listings. And then down here, it shows you whether I represented the buyer or the seller. And then you can look at any of these listings by clicking on them, and you can look through them and see that I stage every one of my listings. You'll love them. They look amazing. And then lastly, my reviews. So the reviews that I have are all 5-star. These are all real people that speak to the staging, speak to our professionalism, speak to the fact that this is my full-time job, my negotiating skills, everything. It's all right here for you to review. So, my intention in making this video for you was so that you could get to know me, in hopes that you will include me in the conversation when you are ready to sell your home. Right now, the inventory levels are very low. What I'd like to do is have you text or email me, and I will send you a monthly report of inventory levels so that you can keep up to date. So in case you do want to sell, one of the first things that will start to happen is that the 10 listings that are on the market are going to start creeping up to 20 to 30 to 40. When that happens, then it's time for you to sell. So that's it for now. I would love to be of service to you. Please let me know if I can help in any way, and I will talk to you real soon. Thanks.